Hey guys, what's going on? It's Recon or ElevateGamingHD, and I'm bringing you some Crysis 3 Hunter gameplay, and I think it's actually pretty good. I'll throw a few tips and tricks in there, except for that was an accidental throwing of a sensor grenade there. But quick question for you: what did you think of that intro in the beginning? I know it's not the best on YouTube or that exciting, but I'm messing around with it a little bit, and I would love to hear your feedback. What do you think of it? If you think it should be longer, shorter, what do you think? I would just really like to know your input and things like that. Or, if one of you as my subscribers are willing to help me out, make an intro, that would be great as well. But let me know what you think of the intro that I have right now. I don't think I'm going to use it for my playthroughs, but I think I'll use it for my single commentaries like this. So right off the bat, as you saw there, I ran up to get some ammo, and that's really important because not only does it give you an extra magazine for at least this assault rifle SMG kind of thing, but it also gives you an extra grenade. And as you know, I accidentally wasted my first grenade there, but it's very important to have that. This is actually on the map Chinatown. I joined a few seconds later than everyone else, but that's pretty much normal. I actually really like this spot because you can really see them coming, and it's just really easy to know when they're there, when they're coming, things like that. I actually find a better place later, but as you can see, I'm jumping around, trying to figure out where they're coming from, trying to keep them from getting a beat on me. As you can see, though, once there are that many coming, there's no chance of you surviving, and they start launching the explosive ones at me. So, for all intents and purposes, I was dead before I really started, because once they start grouping up on you when you're by yourself, you're kind of out in the open. But as you see there, I did pretty well that round. I got quite a few kills, and as a cell operative, it's pretty hard to get kills, but I think I did pretty well. The Typhoon is one of my favorite weapons, not only in this game mode, but just in regular multiplayer. I actually have a pretty good multiplayer gameplay that I'll be uploading soon as well. But I use a Typhoon. It's just a really fun weapon to use. It's a little bit cheap, I think, in my personal opinion, because there's almost no recoil and there's a ridiculous rate of fire. But if I had to guess, it does really low damage. I'm not entirely sure about that. But that's what I feel like is the base one. Here, I'm not entirely sure what I was trying to do here. This is a pretty terrible spot, as you can see, but luckily I escape into here and I get a couple kills like this. That sensor grenade, or I think it's actually technically an EMP grenade, but it blasted his cloak, and then I had an opportunity to get him. But this game mode's actually a lot of fun if you haven't played it or if you don't have Crysis 3. Pretty much it's one side is invisible and they have bows, and really they need a couple of shots to the body to kill, but headshots are instantaneous death. And they're invisible permanently, but you can kind of see that red outline like you could see in the beginning when I first started shooting them. But other than that, you can't see them unless you use one of those EMP grenades, or I'm not entirely sure what they're called. Don't quote me on that. But they're much harder to see. And then there's the cell operatives, who are just pretty much regular soldiers, and the goal is just survive as long as you can. It's definitely a hard game mode for the cell, but it's a lot of fun. I'm absolutely terrible at playing the hunters. There's a round in here that I start as a hunter, and it was absolutely terrible. I'm not very good at that, so mostly I just try to stick to playing the cell. I mean, you don't really have a choice. It splits you up depending on what it decides, but it's definitely a lot of fun to be a cell operative. Here I'm moving back and forth trying to stay alive, but the problem is that this guy was just a better shot, and it turned into me losing. So, as you can see, I was second place, so that isn't bad. My current position was 1 out of 12, and there's 5 rounds, so that's pretty fun. Now, this is the round I was talking about. I was absolutely terrible in this round. I think this is actually the only round in the entire game. Actually, no. Yes, it is one of 2 rounds that the hunters actually lose. And it was just terrible. I'm a terrible shot with this bow, and I actually had day 1 access to it because I pre-ordered Crysis 3 so I could bring content to you guys and learn a little bit about it. And I'm terrible with the bow. You need to have really good accuracy. But the reason why it's good is that you can stay cloaked while you shoot it compared to most guns where even if you have a silencer, for instance, and here, these guys just destroyed me. Even if you have a silencer, that only gives you like a few shots while you're invisible, but after that, you lose cloak in multiplayer. And in this game, you know, it makes sense because the hunters are permanently invisible, so things like that. Um, but I've got to say, it is a lot of fun to play this game mode. It's just a really, it's just a fun game. You know, obviously, the hunters are overpowered, but you know, the whole game mode is really just how long you can survive, and it's just a lot of fun. It actually reminds me of this game that was a mod, which I'm sure that you guys, if you watch other YouTube videos, you've seen called The Hidden, and that's kind of, I would say that it has a lot of those factors. Although every time you're a cell and you die, um, you turn into a hunter. So that's the only difference. And here you can see I'm just trying to spam these explosive tipped arrows because it was just I couldn't get these shots. And here I jump and this guy throws a shield at me, so that was interesting. But I was just trying to spam those explosive tipped arrows because I'm absolutely terrible, like I said, at playing the hunter, so I definitely needed a little bit of help like that. But it's definitely a lot of fun, this game mode. Let me know if you guys want to see more of this. I'll definitely upload more. See, this at this point, the game was about to end, so I was just kind of running around, seeing what I could see. I actually pretty much run into a guy right now. I'm trying to jump, and I run into him. If I had come in here like 10 seconds sooner, I might have been able to kill him. As you can see, the little button pops up, like press B for stealth kill. As you can see, I dropped down from 1 to 2 because of that terrible round, because a lot of guys definitely did better than I did in that round, so that was not particularly good. But as you can see, I go back to being a cell because maybe the game was being a little bit nicer. It was like, okay, we'll give him a break. We'll let him play a cell, and it'll just be more enjoyable for him. But besides that first round, I didn't grab any more ammo because there wasn't really an opportunity. But definitely grab ammo if you're looking for just a quick tip right there. That's really the only tip I have for this game. Well, actually, I have 2 tips. One, grab ammo in the game. If you pass it, don't risk yourself by trying to go grab it. It's a terrible idea to risk your life. Here, I thought there were stairs, but apparently there aren't. Like I was saying, risking your life and just to get that extra ammo. But you know, if you run past it, definitely grab it. The second thing is pick a room where there aren't very many entrances or exits, and there isn't a really great way, like there isn't wide open spaces. Like right now, like let's say I stayed in this room, this place would be a terrible place to stay because I can literally just pick any spot and shoot you from it. If you have the shield, you're a little bit better off in open places, but still not great. Listen to your motion tracker. That's definitely another tip. The motion tracker can definitely save your life on multiple occasions, but it can't do everything. As you can see, that guy started losing his cloak, and I'm not sure if that was because someone was shooting at him, or maybe someone threw a grenade. I'm not sure. Maybe when you shoot arrows, you lose some of your stealth ability. I'm not entirely sure. Mostly, I've been trying to get the Dead Space 3 playthrough done for you guys, so then I can start the Crysis 3 campaign. So I haven't had much time to play the multiplayer, but it's definitely a lot of fun for the amount I've played. I'm pretty terrible at it. You know, I'm really not that great at video games. You know, maybe I'm slightly better than average, but I wouldn't say I'm like MLG quality or even like YouTube quality as far as like some really high level YouTube stars go. But this game is definitely a lot of fun. If you're kind of one of those people who only pick up like the Call of Duty every year, or maybe the Halo, for instance, like the main heavy hitters, maybe this isn't the game for you. But if you're looking for a new game, or you're just so sick of the lag compensation in Call of Duty like I am, definitely pick this game up. It's a lot of fun. The population isn't that great, like for the main game modes like Team Deathmatch, Hunter, like which is what you're seeing on screen now. There's a pretty good population there. It doesn't take too long to get into a game, but I've seen some playlists with 0 players in it, so those are the less popular ones. But it's definitely not the most popular game out there. But apparently, Crytek, or I believe it's Crytek, the company that made this game. And here's the better spot that I found. I did not know you could hide in this bush. I figured that this was just part of the scenery and it wouldn't let you go behind it. But this is a great place to hide. Top tip right there. Hide in the bush. Anyway, yes, Crytek was saying that they want this to be a real multiplayer game. Like, they're really focusing on it and they're really looking for user input. So I think that that's definitely a good thing. I think that games that focus on multiplayer more are important, just because for the most part, multiplayer is becoming bigger and bigger. You know, I definitely think that I've bought games just for the multiplayer compared to some people that buy games for the campaign. You know, Dead Space is one game that I definitely bought for the single player because there's only single player. But like for instance, Call of Duty, that's a game that I mostly buy for the multiplayer because, to be honest, the campaigns are a little bit thin. You know, it's the same thing. Like, oh, there's a terrorist. He's trying to destroy the world. Same old thing. Same old process. You beat him in the end. Blah blah blah. And it's definitely nice to play a game with a better campaign, like Dead Space 3, for instance. That game has an unbelievable campaign. Once I finish uploading the playthrough episodes, excuse me, I will do a review if you guys want to see that. That'll definitely be nice and fun to do. But as you can see, I'm having a lot of fun with this game, and I hope that you guys are enjoying my commentaries. You know, I work as hard as I can to put them out. I know that they're not the best on YouTube, but I do my best, and I hope that you guys enjoy them. So it looks like I'm ending the near end of this video, so I just want to put this out there. Please leave a like and comment. You know, I'd really like to hear some feedback and things like that. But don't forget to hide in the bush, and I'd really like to hear some feedback about the intro that you saw in the beginning. I know it's not the best, but I'd like to know what you think. And look at that. If I just hadn't had that alpha round as a hunter, I probably would have won because he was only like 16 points ahead of me. Excuse me, 14 points ahead of me, I think. I can't really see the screen that well. But he wasn't really that far ahead of me, so that was a little frustrating. But let me know what you guys think of that intro. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good day. And as always, I appreciate you guys watching my videos. So thank you for watching, and have a good day.